the school system, stay with me now, the school system is based on an assembly line of thinking. So for example, anybody that's outside of the school system will think differently than someone in the school system, because the school system tries to program you into a path of thinking. A path of thinking that is very, very different from anyone outside of the school system.
When you say this path of thinking,
yes,
what you mean by that? Let me tell you what you mean by path of thinking.
You're telling me what I mean.
Yeah, if you accept it.
No. I mean, you're telling me. I guess I have to accept.
What you're saying is, as human beings, being indoctrinized into civilization
means that they don't have
so
free
those
will.
Guys now
means they do not have free will. That is exactly it. If you're
let me finish now. Okay, relax now.
If you're indoctrinated, you do not have free will. But go on, please. Go on. My people, you are welcome to another episode of Spotlight Nigeria. See, you guys are in for a treat today. Spotlight Nigeria, obviously, is where you come for the best news, the best gossip, the best sports, but also the most interesting ideas being postulated on this platform. So really, you guys are in for a treat, because we're having a conversation between ourselves, and we said, why don't we just do it in the privacy of our
exactly. Why not involve everybody? Why not involve our guys, our family,
exactly,
our Budge family?
Your guy Miko Jaguar is here. This is
Iko Chai,
and today we have an exciting topic for you guys.
Tell them.
The topic is: do humans really have free will? Now, the definition of free will, Iko, how would you define free will?
Free will, it's in itself a definition.
Yes.
Like free will.
So, do humans decide or have the freeness of willing what they will do? Their standards of behavior? Are humans free? Is each human free to decide what they want to participate in? To decide what they want to embark on? To decide the kind of journey they want to seek? To decide how they want to move forward in their life? Are humans free to do so? Are humans not tethered to anything? That is exactly what we're talking about today. And so, Iko, what do you think about this?
Well, to me, I think we have free will.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why do you think so?
Because if we're going by the history of what the Bible stands for, that there is a God. I believe there's a God. I don't know about you. That there is a God. And that He has given us the ability to choose how to live our lives. And we know how the outcome is going to be. So that is where that free will comes in play. The fact that He has given us that freedom to choose what kind of life we want to live.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely. Well, I believe the complete opposite. Now, everyone is going to listen, oh my God, God said that there's free will, and how can you say that there's no free will? But the truth of the matter is, as much as we would like to say that humans get to choose how they live their lives, the very, 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 very obvious case is there that humans are influenced by their surroundings. And that is why adverts are so essential. So an advert comes, and then a human that was not even thinking about purchasing a vacuum cleaner, all of a sudden, oh, this broom I have is not good anymore. Let me go and purchase this vacuum cleaner because I saw this advert. This advert is so fine. Now the human is going to purchase vacuum cleaners. Or, for example,
how does that depict free will? I don't understand.
That's the free will. If you have free will, that means you are autonomous. You can decide what path you want to go. If something is influencing that means you do not have free will. If an advertisement,
what do you mean influencing, as in?
I will explain. Just wait.
Human beings or
it doesn't matter. Any
but the fact that you are a human and you're on Earth, you are bound to be influenced by your environment. You're bound to be influenced by people. Influence is part of humanity.
That goes against the definition of free will.
How?
We just defined free will.
Your ability to choose.
Is the ability to choose.
So that guy now that saw the adverts, he can choose if he wants to buy it. He can choose if he does not want to buy it.
But that's the thing, though. You are speaking from the point of view of, he can choose. And again, this is what this is exactly what they're hoping on. Everybody knows that there's a kind of control that happens. There's a mode of thinking that happens. And it's when you see a particular advertisement, when you see particular visual content,
Yeah.
there's a mode of thinking that you're funneled into. That is exactly what the school system is based on. The school system, stay with me now, the school system is based on an assembly line of thinking. So, for example, anybody that is outside of the school system will think differently than someone in the school system, because the school system tries to program you into a path of thinking that is very, very different from anyone outside of the school system.
When you say this path of thinking,
yes,
what you mean by that? Let me tell you what you mean by path of thinking.
you're telling me what I mean?
Yeah, if you accept it.
No. I mean, you're telling me. I guess I have to accept.
What you're saying is, as human beings, being indoctrinized into civilization
Means that they don't have
so
free
those
will.
guys now
Means they do not have free will. That is exactly it. If you're
let me finish now, guys. Relax now.
If you're indoctrinated, you do not have free will. But go on, please. Go on.
Those guys now that you say did not go to school, blah blah blah, they didn't follow the trained way of thinking. They are still part of civilization. They are bound to be people like that. It is their choice now to remain like that or to change.
Okay, so now this is the thing. Everybody, Elon Musk said this very, 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 very beautifully. He said, school teaches you how to play by the rules, but the people that change the world are the people who are rule breakers. So
what do you define as a rule breaker?
I would explain.
Okay.
Just hold on.
Yeah.
Once you are in a defined system, an assembly point that funnels you, okay, this equals to this, equals to this, equals to this. And then you cannot go outside the system, because this is exactly the parameters that you use to get to this point. And then you find that the people outside the system are saying, well, there are other ways to get to that point. Do you understand? But the people inside the system, because their minds cannot even comprehend something outside the system, they are being trained, they are being controlled. If an individual is being controlled by any entity, they do not have free will.
Okay, I have some pushback to that.
Please.
So these guys now that are telling you that school is scam.
No. Again, it's not. See,
It's not
here that said school is scam. There's nobody here that said school is scam. School will teach you defined rules to get to what they consider success, because they would have, this is how it was done before you. This is exactly how. And then anybody doing that will probably get to the point of those people before them. However, school does not take into account that there are other ways to a particular situation. And it doesn't even take into account the changing scene of the world. And that is why the rule breakers, the people that say, look, we do not care.
What you're saying is that
I've not finished saying. I've not finished saying. Let me finish saying.
Yeah, finish
the
talking.
people that break that paradigm shift and say, look, I am not going to be here. I am not going to keep being here in this system. I am going to think of another way to circumvent this system. This system is not the only way that can lead me to this point. In fact, I'm going to higher points than whoever was in this system before. They are the people that rule the world. That is the truth. The most successful people in the world are the people that escape the system, the assembly line thinking system of schools. Everybody knows that the school system from kindergarten was designed to control folks, to keep them in a line of thinking.
So people shouldn't go to school.
That is not what I'm saying.
That's what you're saying. You're saying the school system is training people to think in another kind of way. So now, what kind of way would you suggest that they're thinking? Give us an example. Since you're saying this way is false, give us an example.
I never said this way.
That's what you're implying now. You've been hammering on the points that school is leading people astray.
No, again, nobody said that. I feel like
you know the point. You know the thing. You've made such a big deal about it now. Like, don't stop.
You're hearing what you choose to hear. This is what I've said.
Exactly. Free will.
The school. Exactly. That's crazy. The school will give you a defined point of success based on people that came before it. However, the school does not have the imagination to go, oh, this particular line of thinking, there's another kind of success, because it has not seen, there's no history of that. Do you understand? So your school will say, okay, you have to do this, you have to get a job, you have to work here, you have to, after this many years, you retire. That's the pecking order in the school. However, the people who are innovators are people who did not stay in that line of thinking,
Okay, so
who broke
so
away.
answer me
No,
this.
listen,
Answer
listen.
me this.
No,
Answer
I want to
answer
answer
me
your
this.
question. Your first question. Let me answer your first question. So the people who are medianly successful, the people who are mediocre, not mediocre, but just and averagely successful in the world are people who really follow the school system to a T. However, everybody who is at the top of their game really thought of ways outside of the school system that seeks to control your mode of thinking. Because your mode of thinking is only funneled into a particular kind of way. Listen, when they come at you and say, "Oh, this is for the majority of your life, you wear a particular uniform. All of you wear a particular mode of dressing." Okay? When they say all of you,
I beg,
you
wait,
say no.
wait,
hold on,
wait,
hold on. When they say all
wait.
of
This
you,
question is
say,
bigger than what you're saying. How does this?
No, how do you know?
How does this relate to free will?
Because I'm about to say it. When you're funneled into a system that says from the time you are small, all of you have to wear the same mode of dressing, all of you have to say the same pledge anthem from the time you're, all of you have to do this, all of you have to do that. All of you must be uniform. There's no individuality.
Okay.
You understand? Everybody is lumped into a group.
I'm so glad you know this because
Of course I know it.
you are an adult now. Then you were a kid. As a kid, they won't tell you that, oh,
So kids-
this guy used to do Yahoo. That's the way to reach that level of success. So, oh, this guy is a piggyvest CEO or blah, blah, blah. You're a child. They teach you what they teach children. That's why you're an adult now. You know this.
Children.
And that's when you get to this level of adulthood, you can choose to be a work rat, a slave, or other ways of making money.
However, children, from the time they are children, are individuals. And this is exactly what I'm trying to say.
They are adolescents.
So-
That's why they are children.
No.
They are not
Children-
adults. Their brain isn't developed yet.
I don't think you heard what I'm saying. I'm going to repeat it
No, I
again.
did,
said,
but like, go on.
Children are individuals. The fact that every children is taught
Obviously.
the same. Every children is taught this. Every child, sorry, is taught the same in schools.
Mm-hmm.
Every child is taught the same. It said, "Oh, you wear the same thing. You look the
So
same."
what do you
have to look the
suggest?
same way.
What do you suggest happens?
No, the suggestion is this: the schools need to take more account of individuality of children.
How?
And children, first off, a person that is talented in math and science should not be forced to be learning stress and hyperbole and all these other things in literature that would not appeal
See, now
to
you're
him.
now you're talking
No, hold on.
you're talking of Nigerian schools.
No. Again, listen.
Yeah, because schools abroad
I feel like
take note of that.
I feel what I say again. I feel like we are
Feelings.
getting off point. The point here is that the free will you say exists does not exist when an individual is in a school system, and that's a fact.
What do you mean by that? Like,
From the
so
time
free
they
will.
are-
So you're saying that free will does not apply to students, like primary school students?
No, it's not that.
That's what you just said now.
Listen,
Guys, are you not like?
Let me tell you.
Is this
No,
guy
you asked-
okay?
You asked me a question.
You said something.
No,
I
no,
literally
no, you asked me a
repeated what you
question.
just said, and you said no. I didn't see that.
You can't say so. You are saying that, and then say something totally opposite. And like
Opposite?
the viewers are watching. Listen. This is what I'm
I
saying.
literally said exactly what you said.
This is what
and
I'm
then you said no. I didn't say that.
Okay.
Like, pick a side, man.
Okay, so this is so I'm gonna start from like elementary.
Yeah, the bottom.
So basic, then secondary, then tertiary education, right?
Yeah.
Now, this tertiary education, from all these levels,
Mm.
they are taught to follow a mode of thinking. So we're talking about how many years? 18 years. Right?
What mode of thinking? Define the mode. Let's address everything so that we can see the bigger picture. Because people talking in vague terms now won't be able to see what they are really talking about. The mode of what is the mode?
Okay.
Like, let us know what that is.
Okay. So from the time a child is born, this is every child that goes to a school. They're given a curriculum. They are assigned a curriculum. Regardless of how the child is, no matter what home they're coming from, no matter what background
I understand,
they have, no matter what
I
abilities
understand,
they
yeah.
have, they are assigned a curriculum. Assigned by an authority. That authority is funneling them into a mode of thinking. That curriculum is not going to be applicable to the individual gift of that child. So the child, before the child begins to discover himself, the child has been a machine working in the system that is assigned to him. This is what I'm trying to say. So when you're saying free will, a person who has been working in a system assigned to him from birth, A person who is wearing the
For
same
how
uniform.
long? For how long?
This
Assigned
is
for how
still
long?
adulthood. We have people in the universities, adults. This
That,
is still adulthood.
that are talented, but they didn't discover their talents.
Not
That's
that.
not. Don't
Listen,
deviate from what you
I'm
said.
not deviating.
Don't
I'm
try
saying
to.
I signed the curriculum.
You see now when the facts are being laid out. Go on.
I'm saying they assign the curriculum. That is what happens in universities. You
The
don't know
curriculum.
that.
The curriculum, like school curriculum, to learn certain things, Abi.
You are assigned a curriculum.
What is the curriculum? What curriculum?
A school. Yeah, when you go to
Like
school,
your subjects.
you are assigned a mode of thinking, a curriculum.
How are you assigned the mode of thinking? Guys, are you hearing what I'm hearing?
Of
Like,
course
how do
you
you
are, of course.
assign someone the mode of thinking?
Because this is what you say. This is how they'll tell you from the
That's
time you're young.
in
This is how
university.
listen. Just listen.
I'm listening.
From the time in the most formative years of an individual,
Mm-hmm.
they are telling that is from childhood, from 8 to 16. They're
Yeah.
telling you this is how you think.
What is the way we think?
Schools literally tell you this is how you solve problems.
As in math problems, all those kind of things.
This is how
Because
you solve
I've
problems.
honestly not heard of a school where
Okay.
wait now.
In-
I've
in
honestly not heard
school-
of a school where they say this is how you think. Like, do you understand?
alright, okay.
When you're saying mode, curriculum, these are, to me, these are subjects, not topics of how people should think.
Okay.
So how are they assigning them what to think?
Okay, so in school, this is what happens. You have word problems. You have comprehension problems.
Facts.
You have quantitative reasoning problems.
True.
You have verbal reasoning problems.
I remember.
This is literally them telling you this is how to think.
Or this is them bringing you up to be a normal human being. Without those things, you would be illiterate.
You just said something. You said this topic is not for you to defend schools. Again, I feel like
You're the one who brought them up.
No, this is why I brought them up.
And you're the one defending them.
This is why I brought them up. Okay? This is why I brought them up. You cannot say that free will exists when for the majority of the formative years of an individual, they are being put in a system that does not care about their individuality, but hands them a higher instruction and put them in an assembly line. Literally, the line that children are put in schools in the assembly when they are young is called an assembly. An assembly is from the root word of machines. When machines are put in a line, in a bracket, all the things that come out, all the products that come out are uniform, are the same.
Yeah.
There is no individuality. And that's what I'm trying to say. So the free will you are saying that people have is a construct. It's a wish.
Yeah.
It's a wish because people are moving in this trend and going to.
Okay, now let me say something concerning what you said about them being put in a straight line. All that thing you said just highlighted the point that they are authorities. You didn't address the individuality. How does that make them choose what side to go?
No, that's my point. I'm saying that they don't. Like a lot of them are confused on when they go. Oh my God, they go into adulthood and oh my God, I don't know what to do with my life. Because for the majority of the time, they were only told what to do, what to think.
So as an adult now, you grow up, you don't know what to do.
A lot of adults do not know what to do. And it is because they were put, for the majority of their lives, they were put in an assembly line of thought.
So those guys now that were in the same line, who have made it, do they have two heads?
Again, you're talking about individuality here. Now, a lot of people...
That guy is not an individual.
A lot of people were able to break out of the assembly line. However, it does not mean
That is free will. People broke out. They chose to break out.
I understand that.
Exactly.
They chose to break out.
So
However, in their formative years, they had no free will. That's what I'm trying to say. You said humans. You didn't say
so in their
adults.
formative years, they didn't have free will.
Of course.
They became adults. They had free will.
No.
Damn,
Some
bro.
adults can't have free will. However,
Some adults can. What do you mean can? How?
A lot of adults still live on the principle.
So what you're saying is that
wait, you asked me a question.
we don't have the same brain.
You asked me a question. You asked me what do you mean can? Some adults have the forbearance to break out and seek a life for their own, forge their own path. However, Some adults are still in that hamster wheel that was created from the time they were young. Some adults still cannot function out of the realms of society that has put them in an assembly line since birth.
So what
I'm trying to say
differentiates what
this.
differentiates successful people from those guys you're talking about?
The people that could break the hamster wheel.
That could,
Yes.
Abi.
Yes.
So
However, it is not a lot of people. It is the slim majority,
what made them
minority.
able to? What made them able to? Because they wouldn't just choose.
I agree with you.
Exactly.
What made them able to? A lot of things.
Like
now, a lot of people were just had an awakening, maybe a red pill awakening. Okay, this is all a matrix. Literally, a lot of people refer to this world as a matrix. A matrix is simply that it was engineered to run in a particular way. And people can see, okay, this is a matrix. I have to break out of this matrix. The people that do that are the people who are successful. Now, also,
in that point,
extraordinary hardworking abilities.
At that breaking point, like you said, the matrix.
Yes.
You get offered a blue pill and a red pill. The red pill indicates truth, the scary truth, reality. And the blue pill is a comfortable limbo where you just, you continue living the life you're living. That breaking point, you mentioned it, that is where people get to choose. That's the free will. Okay, you realize, this life here they live.
At what point?
I suppose change them. You can decide. You can decide to change your life, and you can decide not to.
Okay, Iko. What was the title of this show? Like this concept. What was the title of this show?
You introduced it. Do you have free will? Yeah.
At what point does a person become a human?
From birth.
I'm trying to tell you that from birth, people have been programmed into a course. And you're saying, when they're adults, they are presented with a red pill and a blue. They were humans from birth.
So
they did not have free will from birth.
So infants should have free will.
Not infants. Again, not infants.
Infants are human, like you said, from birth. So infants are human.
No. Even before infants do not know where they are. They cannot even choose. What I'm trying to say is, from the time a person, infants can't choose. Please, you can't even use that. Infants can't choose. But I'm saying 2-year-old, 3-year-old,
can choose.
4-year-old, of course they can choose. They can choose what to do.
A 4-year-old can choose.
A 4-year-old can choose. I love engineering. I love to play outside. A 5-year-old already has originality to him. A 6-year-old already has originality.
So this 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 6-year-old can choose.
7-year-old, 8-year-old can you see what I mean by
relax.
All right, fine. Go on.
Those two words can choose. What did you relate to it in this whole topic?
Free will.
Thank you.
No.
Yes.
They can choose, but they're not allowed to. I'm trying to say they have the ability.
Now they're not allowed to.
No, they're not allowed to choose. I'm trying to say. You didn't ask? Can humans have free will? You said, do humans have free will? And you said, yes, they have free will. And I'm saying they do not have free will because they are not allowed. So you talked about
because they are not allowed.
You talked about what was granted to them at birth.
They're not allowed to have. They're not allowed to have free will.
I'm saying that yes.
So exactly. why did those guys who broke out? Why did they break out? Since we're not allowed to.
I just explained this.
That
they broke out of the matrix. They broke out of the hamster wheel. However, the people
why exactly why
they see that this is all a construct, and they're like, well, I have to go out.
And they chose to go that way. Thank you very much. They see that this is a concept, and they chose to go that way.
Iko, I'm going to go back to the point.
Man.
I'm going to go back to the point of saying.
I think right now I'm just running hamster string.
No. I'm going to go back to the point of saying that.
Like you keep proving my point all the time.
No, it doesn't matter that you say that. A human starts.
You're literally hearing it.
A human starts from a baby, and I'm saying that they are literally not allowed.
And you asked me
humans are allowed?
Wait, now you asked me.
Do you believe
when do we have
allowed?
free will? And I said from birth. And then I said, so a 4-year-old has. You now said the 4-year-old has the option to choose whether he likes math, whether he
choose.
Can't choose.
But they do not. They're not allowed to.
Can't choose.
But they're not allowed to. They're not allowed to. That is the point, Iko. I don't know.
They can't choose. That means they have the option to. They have free will. What are we juggling here, Miko? What are we juggling?
Ability does not mean capacity.
But it means the option. You have the ability to. You can or you cannot. That's what ability means, doesn't it?
Okay. Let me say this.
Doesn't it? But doesn't it?
Let me illustrate.
Is that not what ability means?
Let me illustrate this. Let me illustrate this. I think I'll illustrate this in a better way. A person has the ability, a prisoner has the ability to walk about in free society. However, he has the ability. Listen, just wait now, just wait.
Okay.
A prisoner has the ability. A prisoner can walk in regular society. A prisoner can live in regular society. However, they are not allowed to.
Why? A prisoner, like somebody locked in jail.
Yes.
He has the ability to walk. How will he get the access to?
Thank you. They will not allow him to. But if you allow him to, he will do it.
He has
It's a very big difference.
But he's locked in jail. Now, how does he have the ability to walk there, to walk outside? We're not being logical here.
No. If you leave him, he will do it. Not so.
Of course.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Uh-huh.
That's exactly what I'm saying with this.
Okay, if you leave him, he will, Abi.
Yes, that's my point.
He will, Abi.
That's what I'm trying to say with this.
Free will, Abi.
Oh, God.
Bro, like you've been proving you're just saying.
Okay, you know what? You see, this thing, I think there's no way
You're
to get this. But
now you're
like,
getting the point.
No, I'm not getting any point.
All your points are getting counter. Like I'm just showing you the light. You're just covering your eyes.
Okay, you know what? I feel like at this point, you guys are going to have to help me because I'm tired. I swear, I'm tired. So what will happen is you guys will tell us in the comment section if you understand the difference between ability and capacity. Because they're two different things. Just because someone can do it doesn't mean they're allowed to. Okay? And I want you guys to talk about this in the comment section with me. This is why I wanted to bring this topic here. Really. So give us your comments. Like the video. It's been an interesting conversation. Subscribe. Follow us.
I would really love to hear from you guys.
So next time,
I want to know what you guys have to say about this. So see you guys next week.
Stay safe, guys.